If you're someone who is constantly dealing with icy hands and feet, even when you're all bundled up, you are definitely not alone. But what if I told you the reason might not be the temperature in the room at all, but actually what's happening inside your own body? In this explainer, we're going to dig into the metabolic secrets behind why your hands just can't seem to get warm. Let's get right into it.
You know that feeling, right? You're inside, maybe you're even under a blanket, but your hands and feet, they just refuse to warm up. It's such a common frustration, but it's actually more than just a little annoyance. It could be your body trying to tell you something really important.
And here's the twist. The real culprit probably isn't the thermostat on your wall. Nope, it's the super complex dance between your metabolism and your hormones, which act as your body's internal thermostat. And, sometimes that internal system just gets a little bit out of whack. So, let's put on our detective hats and solve this icy hands enigma. What are the secret biological signals your body is sending when your hands feel like they're freezing?
Okay, so it turns out there are 5 main metabolic drivers that can act as the culprits here, turning your hands and feet into your own personal ice packs. Let's break them down one by one, and we'll start with the most common.
First up, we've got low-active thyroid hormone, also known as T3. Now, this is a big one. And what's interesting is that even if your standard blood tests look perfectly fine, your cells might not be getting enough of this absolutely crucial hormone.
What's so fascinating here is how smart your body is. Think of T3 as the master switch for your internal furnace. When T3 levels are low, your body makes a strategic call. It says, okay, I need to conserve energy. So what does it do? It prioritizes heating the most vital rooms, your core organs, and it dials down the heat to the less critical outer rooms. Yep, your hands and feet. It's a brilliant survival tactic, really, but it's what leaves you feeling so chilly. All right, now for a suspect you might not expect, progesterone. We usually think of it for its wonderful calming effects, but it has this little-known side effect that can leave you with, you guessed it, cold hands.
So how in the world does this work? Well, progesterone is kind of like a natural chill pill. It gently lowers your blood pressure, it relaxes your blood vessels, and it tames adrenaline. This is all fantastic for helping you unwind and get some sleep. But sometimes that deep relaxation can go just a little too far, slowing down circulation to your hands and feet, especially if you take it at night and then wake up feeling that morning chill.
Now, on the flip side of that hormonal coin, we have low estrogen activity. This hormone plays a really key role in keeping you warm and toasty.
You see, estrogen is essential for creating a molecule called nitric oxide. And you can think of nitric oxide as the traffic controller for your blood vessels, telling them, hey, open up, widen up, let the blood flow through. So with less estrogen, you have less nitric oxide, and that can lead to little traffic jams in your circulation. This doesn't just cause cold hands. It can also lead to other things, like dry skin.
Moving right along to driver number 4, low ferritin. And this is an important distinction. We're talking about your body's iron stores, not necessarily your hemoglobin level, which is what gets checked in a standard test for anemia.
Here's a number you'll want to remember, 60. When your ferritin level drops below 60, it's like your body's energy reserves are just running on empty. You might feel it as cold hands, for sure, but also as fatigue or maybe even hair loss. Why? Because iron is basically the spark plug for your cellular engines. It is absolutely vital for carrying oxygen and for the actual chemical reactions that create heat. So when your iron stores are low, your internal fire starts to dim. And finally, our 5th driver. This one involves those hormones we're all familiar with, cortisol and adrenaline. Big fluctuations here, often tied to stress and sleep, can have a direct impact on your body temperature. Just think of this as your body's ancient survival programming kicking into high gear. When you're stressed, whether it's from a terrible night's sleep or a big hormonal swing, your body goes into fight or flight mode. It basically says, protect the command center at all costs, and it shunts blood away from your hands and feet and sends it right to your brain and heart. It's a brilliant survival mechanism, but the unfortunate side effect is that your hands and feet get left out in the cold.
Okay, after hearing all of that, it is really easy to feel a little worried. But before your mind starts racing, let's just take a deep breath. The single most important thing to know is that in most cases, cold hands are not a sign of something awful. Let's talk about what this symptom is not.
So many people's minds just jump straight to the worst-case scenario. But the reality is that for most of us, cold hands are a functional issue, not a structural one. It's temporary, not permanent. It's a sign that your body's heating system is just recalibrating itself, not a sign of a serious heart problem or nerve damage.
All right, now let's get to the good news. Since this is usually a functional issue, there are so many practical things you can actually do to help your body warm up. So let's look at some simple steps for both quick relief and for long-term support.
For those moments when you feel like you're turning into an actual icicle, here are some immediate rescue remedies. A warm foot soak is like a direct injection of heat that tells your circulation, hey, get moving again. And please don't underestimate the power of a good pair of socks. They're your first line of defense against heat loss. Even a short, gentle walk can work wonders to get your blood flowing. And try to be mindful of those morning chills. Your body's more sensitive then, so just ease into your day. You can also support your body from the inside out. This chart shows you how. Try incorporating warming spices like ginger and black pepper. Prioritizing warm meals over cold salads gives your digestive system a little break and adds some internal heat. A little bit of healthy fat like ghee can support circulation, and key minerals like magnesium and selenium play really vital roles in your metabolic function.
Now, it's really important to say that while common cold hands are usually benign, there are a few serious warning signs that should absolutely never be ignored. It is crucial to know the difference. If you ever experience your fingers or toes turning a stark white or blue, or if you have severe and persistent numbness, or if you see painful color changes, this could be a sign of a more serious condition like Raynaud's phenomenon. These symptoms are your cue to see a doctor urgently.
So for most of us, let's just end with a really powerful shift in perspective. The next time you feel that chill, instead of feeling frustrated, try to see it differently. Your body isn't failing you, it's communicating with you. It's in this dynamic process of adapting and stabilizing. It's a signal, not a sign of defeat.
So the next time you feel that chill in your fingertips, instead of just getting frustrated, ask yourself this one question. What is my metabolism trying to tell me? It might just be the start of a much deeper and warmer conversation with your own body.